LoL Superheroes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the next cooling installment of LoL Superheroes, the show that literally pits two summoners against one another on the proving grounds to prove once and for all who deserves the title of LoL Superhero. I am your host as always, Thomas 900 aka the Experter, also known as MrXplosive on League of Legends. And today, we have Nidalee vs Ashe, Dakoda Faken versus LittleLago. You may remember Lago from last time in a couple of matches when he was playing as both Garen and Nasus. Didn't have the best of luck, but he hopes from after seeing the last two episodes that he does really well this time round. So all the luck to both these guys here today. Dakoda being the new guy that was more than happy to take part in the 1v1 session for this week. So I hope these guys have a really good time as we enter the battle. Now both guys are rolling with Ignite, whilst Ashe is deciding to go with Heal, and Nidalee is going with Flash. This would mean that Nidalee has a better positioning, whether it's getting away or getting in, or even just moving to the side to dodge an ulti or something, whilst Ashe is mostly going to use that Heal to keep us sustained. It's as easy as that. So yes, this is LoL Superheroes, the show that literally pits two guys against one another. It's a very simple program, and if you wish to become a part of it today, or whenever you really wish to, all you need to do is get a hold of me by one of two methods. Either get a hold of me on League of Legends, or get a hold of me on the Teamspeak server of Area of Effect Incorporated. The Teamspeak server information is in the description below, so do check that out. Or if you don't have any of those methods whatsoever and you just want to get a hold of me in the comment section below, do that as well, why not? I'll accept any means of communication. It's as simple as that. So yes, Ashe versus Nidalee, Nidalee versus Ashe. This is looking to be quite an interesting matchup. Nidalee going for 2 ranks in her Q, 1 rank in her heal, not really going for anything involving the traps, whilst Ashe is dedicating herself to 2 ranks of her W and 1 rank of Hawkshot. Hawkshot, of course, giving her the money upon getting every last hit, whilst her W, also a cone that does really good attack damage and also slows down your opponents, could come in handy. Now let's just have a look at the items here as the game kicks off. Nidalee going with Sorcerer's Shoes and an array of potions, whilst Ashe is going a completely different route by going double Doran's Blade and boots with a couple of health pots. It's going to be a matter of whether Ashe's total attack damage is going to be the deciding factor early on in comparison to Nidalee's magic penetration and movement speed, because keep in mind that Nidalee's passive, when she walks through those brushes, she will have more movement speed. And of course with those spears, the longer they travel, the more damage they accumulate. Just like that, that did quite a bit of damage there. Roughly about a sixth of Ashe's health in one burst there. At level 3, which is the starting level that you're at on the proving grounds, is not too bad. Lago being hit yet again by Nidalee's spear. Needs to kind of concentrate on dodging, because the problem Lago's having right now is he's walking right into those spears or leaving himself wide open for the attack. Just look at him right now, he's just staying out there. Not even, well, he was lucky the spear missed him that one. But he's not blocking himself behind his own minions. He's staying out there in the open over the health rune to try and take that over when it pops up. But the fact that the health rune isn't there and you know you're going to be hit by that spear, you need to start dodging it from the get-go. And so Lago needs to be very careful because he is on considerably less health in comparison. Now he did have to use his heal there to make sure he did stay alive after being hit by that spear. Whoa, and look at the damage that does. Lago on the brink of defeat already. He only has 2 minions in comparison to Nidalee's 9, and it could be all over before you can say fried chicken on a Wednesday night. And what do you know? It is. And it's as simple as that. Dakoda gets the first blood, 2.4 to 2.0 in the gold, and everything could be over already. Now, of course, it is still to play for. It's only 1 kill in the end of the day. And LittleLago could come back if he learns from his mistakes from the last 2 matches when he was playing as Nasus and Garen and tries to incorporate him into his play as Ashe. Now Ashe is hanging over near the summoning pool, probably buying something. Yep, she's going to buy herself a long sword. Now keep in mind, because this is the proving grounds, you can't go back to the summoning pool anytime you want and regen or buy items. You have to die in order to buy new items. So this is an added twist. So Nidalee can literally kill herself via the turret to get herself some much needed item shopping. Which I have to admit, we all like it. It doesn't matter whether you're a guy or a girl, we all love a bit of item shopping. You can't deny that. So LittleLago being hit yet again there by Nidalee's spear. He really needs to concentrate on dodging that thing. It's not like he didn't start off with boots to have that little bit more movement speed in order to dodge those spears in the first place, which I thought was a really good move on his part. It's just that since he's had those boots, he hasn't really been using them very well. He's not even hiding behind his own minions in order to block those spears from incoming in. He's just standing right out in the open. Even now, he's just standing right up close to the minions for the sake of his W, but it just leaves him wide open to be hit by that Nidalee spear, so he needs to be quite careful. And as you can see there, he might have gone to pick up the health rune, but all that health and more is just gone in a single burst. The fact that Nidalee has all this burst damage, and you need to be careful of it, is something to be seen. Ashe is going in there, but it's not enough. Nidalee's just going to rip her to shreds. Not really a good move there by Ashe. LittleLago shouldn't have really gone for the ultimate there. He was low on health. He didn't really have a good chance there. Nidalee just have all the things in her favour. She had all her abilities pretty much off of cooldown, ready to go. Ashe just shot her ulti at the last minute. She was not really in the position to carry on from that series of attacks. So it was all Nidalee on that front, and it's now 2-0 to the Nid. Simple as that. However, because Ashe did die, she did have enough money to finally get herself a brutalizer, so that'll give her some more armor penetration. But will it be enough to go through Nidalee? Because as we all know, those Nidalee spears can do a heck of a lot of damage. And you don't even need a lot of AP to pull off that damage output. You just need a squishy champion to do a lot of damage off. And that is exactly what Nidalee has with Ashe right here, right now. So Ashe using the hawk shot to just keep an eye on Nidalee there as another burst of damage there. Perfect quarter of LittleLago's health coming off in one foul swoop. Oh, luckily there the spear was missed by Nidalee. Just remember, the battle keeps raging on until either the Nexus is destroyed or someone does surrender at the end of 20 minutes. So it could go either way. We could end up having the longest match in LoL Superheroes history here. I heavily doubt, but it could happen. And it's all to play for. Ooh, another wad of burst damage. Straight onto Ashe, taking her down to half her health. That health rune's not going to give her a lot, but damn, her health is going down faster than a Texas NASCAR race. Ooh, and another wad of burst damage. The ulti missed completely. Nidalee just going in there to finish it all off. Yet again, not a good move by Ashe on that part. Plus, that arrow wasn't targeted nearly as well as I thought it would. I wouldn't even have used it in that case at all. I would have probably waited until Nidalee was even trying to go under the turret, if Nidalee was going to try to go under the turret, and then shoot it off then, because that was a little bit of a waste. Basically shooting your ulti to Santa Monica. Simple as. Now Dakoda setting himself up in the bush, setting up 3 traps that will lower enemy magic resist and armor, I do believe, as well, while also dealing quite a considerable amount of dot damage. So Ashe might need to be careful upon entering that bush. Now, if Dakoda's going to do this nicely, ooh, there you go, another one of burst damage. Dakoda's going to go in there. Ashe still with no damage whatsoever. She's going to burst down again. 4-0 to the Nidalee. I just don't think LittleLago has understood how he has lost the past couple of installments of the show. His performance as Garen was not nearly as good against Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath just ripped him a new one. And when he was playing as Nasus, well, we all know how that went. But I thought this time it would be a generally nice match to see Ashe versus Nidalee in a situation like this, but Ashe just being ripped to shreds every single time. Needs to be very careful. Now, I'm not sure why Ashe just isn't getting magic resist at this point, because any magic resist would probably help. There's an ulti from Ashe hitting Nidalee the target, but is she going to get in close enough to even be able to touch her? The answer is no. Was it a bit of a wasted ult? It might have just been. Bit of a shame there, because now she doesn't have an ult to walk in on Nidalee, as Nidalee's still in that bush with those 3 traps. There comes another spear. Here comes Nidalee in Cougar form. Going to take one tiny shot from the tower that's going to do barely anything to her. And as you can see here, Nidalee only has Sorcerer's Shoes, and she's doing this much damage, and this such a great performance against LittleLago, whilst Lago himself is just not doing so well at all. He's being completely counterplayed by Nidalee here. The burst damage from her spear is way too much for her. Ashe will die probably again unless she keeps her eyes on the prize and be very careful of incoming spears, because as we all know, unidentified and flying objects can be sharp. Oh, good dodge there with the spear, getting another health rune to help out with her health levels. Ashe does have a sapphire crystal now. Not a sapphire, sorry, a ruby crystal. Almost got it mixed up. Does have a ruby crystal, so she does have a little bit more health. But will that health upgrade really do her any good? We'll soon see. We're curious as to what she's actually going for now, whether it be a black cleaver, because she does already have Bloodthirster for that as well. Oh no, she's activated the traps. Luckily she did dodge that spear. That spear would have probably done so much damage you would have no idea. Well, Nidalee still trying to hit with spears, but Ashe is just going to stand still this time round and just dodge it by standing still. Sometimes that's what you got to do, I guess. Oh, there's an ulti there by LittleLago. Is he going to move in on Nidalee? No, he isn't. There's another warning shot ultimate, if anything. I think it's just a way of saying, yeah, I got an ulti, I'm going to use it now before you even have a chance to counteract it, so there you go. But you know what? Ashe might have an arrow, but Nidalee does have something stronger, and that is in shape of her javelin toss. Because that Q, even to this day in Season 3, is incredibly devastating. If you can master the power of that Q, you can almost become an indestructible force versus an immovable object. Now look at that, Lago went in way too deep there with that much health. There goes the damage, and another kill for Nidalee. 5-0, 6.5 to 4.8. Everything's coming up cat face. And yet nothing is going to go to everyone's favourite arrow wield. Well, bow and arrow wielder. I have to admit, Nidalee is really doing well here. You can just as easily kill herself under the turret to go back and get some items. But the good thing is about Nidalee is that because of the damage output you do have on your Q, you don't necessarily have to go back and get AP items to make sure that that ability just keeps ripping people's heads off. Because the whole trick behind it is that you're gaining up so much damage from its travel time that, especially in this case with Ashe, you're just going to be able to rip people to shreds. There's another ult by Ashe hitting Nidalee. Is she going to follow up on it? She is going to go in, but is it going to be enough as Nidalee turns the tide? Lago not going in to finish it off. There's another spear. Lago walking straight into it. Lago now has Dawn Shield and a black cleaver, Black Cleaver will help with damage and a little bit more sustain, but overall, that Dawn Shield isn't really going to do much because Nidalee does mostly magic damage, not physical damage. So the armor that you're getting off of that Dawn Shield might not be good. However, it does block 3 damage from basic attacks. So it will mean that Nidalee's basic attacks probably won't do nearly as much as they would normally do to Ashe, as we see her go in and basically whip Ashe to shreds yet again. You can probably tell by now the match is a little bit one-sided, but is it really? Nidalee hasn't gone back once and is 6-0. 6-0. And look at this now. Nidalee's going to take the turret for another wad of beautiful monies. See, Nidalee hasn't had the need to even kill herself once to get any valuable items. In fact, she might actually... Nope, she's not even going to do it now. She's just going to wait it out. Well, Ashe has died 6 times, bought items that she has thought would win her the day, but has just failed. And look again, Largo going for another Dawn Shield, where Largo should know by now that Nidalee does magic damage instead of physical damage. Hence why that spear is still doing so much damage. Ashe would be better off with some lifesteal and probably some magic resist to counteract this issue, as we see another arrow going straight to Santa Monica this Christmas, as Nidalee completely dodged it. Damn, this is a grueling match here, folks. 15 minutes in, 6-0 to Nidalee, and it's still all to play for. Largo could come out of a box with something really interesting. But it is just a matter of a fact. Can he beat what is now clearly a fed Nidalee? Because I think the trick is now, and I think Largo knows this, Largo has to do something more than just kill Nidalee. Because he knows if he kills Nidalee, of course that will give him quite a nice chunk of gold. But the bad part is that Nidalee will be dead, and Nidalee will be able to buy some fancy new items, and with 6 kills and 85 minions to her name, Nidalee is going to have so much gold that she's going to be able to do so much with it. In fact, let's have a look at her gold. 7,000 gold in her bank as we see her go straight for Ashe again, clawing straight at her. However, Ashe is focusing the slows this time round. Nidalee is going to get ignited. Nidalee might die. Nidalee is down. Shut down by the Ashe. 6-1. Ashe finally gets a kill off. But yeah, again, Nidalee does have all that money to spend. 7,000 gold in its entirety. Wow. But will Nidalee buy something new? Oh, here we go. Here come the items from Nidalee. Now Ashe has a real match on her hands. Because Nidalee now has some of the best items that she can get. Rabadon's Death Cap and Zhonya's Hourglass straight off the bat. With an amplifying tome, which we could see turn into something else. How much gold does she have left? She only has 290 gold left, so money very well spent. Largo being focused by the turret here, but she's doing it on purpose. Or is she? No, I don't think she actually was. Because I generally thought she was going after the turret, which is fair. Oh! And a massive spear to the back of Ashe. Largo obviously was not concentrating and thought, oh, Nidalee was just concentrating on the minions. But never turn your back on a Nidalee with a spear that can one-shot you. Especially now that Nidalee is 7-1 and has Rabadon's Death Cap and Zhonya's Hourglass along with another amplifying tome. 390 ability power straight into your face. It is not healthy. I wouldn't recommend it. Heck, you might even want to go to the doctors if you've got something wrong with you after that. Because damn, it hurts. And just look at that as well. Nidalee is just so tanky that she can just take damage straight from that turret and just not feel it. She can just keep going all night long. Now Largo here, it'll be interesting what he can do to make a comeback as Nidalee is just punching at the inhibitor. And there you go, the purple inhib is now down. Now Largo does have Manamune, But is Manamune going to be enough to save the day? Because Manamune on Ashe is a debatable item regardless, but having it in this 1v1 situation against a Nidalee where you're still not doing too well, you still haven't built magic resist or a lot of real magic resist sustain at all in this match, and yet you consider getting an item like Manamune even though you don't really have that much mana built in your previous items. It just doesn't add up. There's a hawk shot by Ashe trying to see where Nidalee is. I don't think it's going to reveal her because Nidalee was in that bush. Oh, good dodge of a spear there as we see Nidalee come in. Nidalee's going to do a wad of initial damage and then she's going to keep leaping in. There's the ignite. Here comes the last minute spear. It's not going to do anything. Lago on really low health now. He cannot go back to the summoning pool because it won't regen his health. Nidalee is trying to find Ashe. One spear will do it all, and that just proves it. One more spear. 8-1 to Nidalee. 10.1k to 8.2. 104 minions to 50. I think we can safely say that it should be GG right now. As we see Nidalee, the cat lady, Nyan Cat, whatever you want to call her, win. And that will be Dakoda's first win in LoL Superheroes. That is, unless Ashe can pull something out of a bag in 5 seconds when she is regenning. Well, Ashe is back, but is it going to do much? No, the spear even won't hit. Now Ashe builds magic resist, but it is way too late. As we see spears flying, Nidalee just grinding at it. Boom goes the Nexus, and the winner is Nidalee. Simple as that. Congratulations to Dakoda. He has beaten LittleLago and is successfully the LoL superhero for today. That is the 3rd loss in a row for Lago. He really needs to learn his lessons, but I hope he does watch these videos and does learn from his mistakes. I generally want him to do much better. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is LoL Superheroes for this week. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, and you do want to be a part of the show, whether it is be a part of a 1v1 action, or even be a part of a commentary booth, let me know by either commentating in the comments below, getting a hold of me on League of Legends by searching for the name MrXplosive, or come onto the Area of Effect Incorporated Teamspeak server. The details that you need are in the description below. Until next time, guys, I'm your host as always, Donald900aka the Experter. This has been LoL Superheroes. Goodbye for the summoners, goodbye. And we will be seeing you guys on the fields of justice.
Somebody call the cops, 'cause we're gonna wrap it up. Say